This is David Vincent from Morbid Angel. You're listening to Wani.
Hey guys, this is Sairaj Kamath from Wani, and you're listening to our exclusive interview with David Vincent, frontman of legendary death metalers Morbid Angel. How are you doing, David?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I'm excited about the prospects of Morbid Angel finally getting to come over and visit with you folks.
Oh great, that's a really great thought. Now, let's start with the highlight of Morbid Angel right now, which is your celebration tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of Covenant. So can you tell us what it's like playing the songs from the record in their entirety and how the response has been so far?
Well, the response was excellent. As I'm sure you're aware, Covenant was a very pivotal record for Morbid Angel. And this was something that we've never done before.
Okay.
As you put out new records, then the set list changes over time, and you play a few new songs, and some of the old songs that you play, and unfortunately, we're not able to play for 6 or 7 hours, and that wouldn't cover all the records. So this was the first time that we've actually done a commemorative tour like this, and the response was excellent, because some of those songs hadn't been played for many years, and actually some of them had never been played at all.
All right.
So just to give people an opportunity to see it in the order. I mean, as though you're listening to the record, but it's a live version of it. So we had tremendous response, and we're very thankful for that.
Oh, that sounds great. Now, one thing I'm curious about, keeping in mind that all the songs from Covenant haven't been performed in their entirety, and also taking into factor your break from Morbid Angel, could you tell us about the practice routine the band had to undertake to perfect all the songs from the album?
Well, let me first start by saying that I share the stage with excellent musicians, and it wasn't difficult to play the songs, but we always rehearse for a few weeks just so that everyone is really comfortable with things, and it's not a question about thinking about anything, it's just a question about feeling it. And that's one thing that Morbid Angel has always been known for, is really delivering a lot of feeling and a lot of art and a lot of passion within our music.
Great.
The rehearsals for us are not so much practicing our chops. They're more about having the songs come together and be one unit, and everybody having the feeling and the flow that was originally intended.
That's a really great account of practicing an album in its entirety. Now, another thing I want to point out is that both Altars of Madness and Blessed Are the Sick too have completed 20 years, but we haven't seen a celebratory tour to celebrate either of those. So what motivated you to do an anniversary tour for Covenant specifically? Was there anything special about it to you?
Well, I think there's something special about everything we do. But it just seemed like it was a timely thing because the 20th anniversary is that's a milestone, and we felt like that this would be something interesting only because we've never done it before.
All right.
I've seen other bands go and do similar things with different records, and I felt like this is something that has been really a historical sort of centerpiece to the career of Morbid Angel, and that would be a good idea maybe to start there.
Yeah, that is putting it very well, since this was the very first Morbid Angel to crack you guys into the mainstream, and so celebrating the anniversary of that album, I'm sure, would be really special to you guys.
Yeah, that's what we felt too, and it's not just about what we feel, but the response that we've gotten from the fans on this has been really incredible.
All right.
And when I looked out into the audience that night, and I realized that probably some members of the audience were, very small children at the time that record came out. It's because as the generations go, probably they weren't exposed
Yeah.
Probably until several years after it came out, and at which point, maybe we were only performing, a couple of those tracks live.
That is a very nostalgic account, David. Now, getting back to the present, Morbid Angel's latest album, Illud Divinum Insanus, was polarizing to say the least because of all the industrial elements it had. So, what motivated you guys to add these elements to Morbid Angel's music at this point of time?
Honestly speaking, we did a collaboration with the Slovenian band Wani on the Kamath record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nothing new. We've always done some things that are a little sort of different than what other people do throughout all the records. It just so happens that on this record, we started with it rather than ended with it.
Great. So, Morbid Angel has always been about the death metal, but I guess experimentations like these are what keeps your music fresh. Is that how you look at it?
Well, it's just art in its expression. And we look at things not so much that we're following a trend, but we've always been people that we're pioneers, we're mavericks. We do all kinds of strange things, and we always have.
Yeah.
Some things it causes people to question, wow, what are these people doing? What are they doing? And then a few years down the line, then they see, okay, and then they understand it. But sometimes it's not immediate.
So, does that?
We have some of the material is also very immediate, but then it's just expanding.
Yeah.
It's just adding new ways of doing things.
That's a really good way to put Morbid Angel's music, David. So, would you see Illud Divinum Insanus gaining respect in after a few years? Because when Morbid Angel debuted Illud Divinum Insanus, a lot of people were polarized by it. But do you see it gaining fans and respect as the years pass?
We've already seen it.
You've already seen it. That's great. Going a bit back into your history, can you tell us the reason for your departure from Morbid Angel in the 90s and your stint in Genitorturers with your wife, no less? And do you have any particular opinions on the Morbid Angel albums from the Steve Tucker era?
Well, there's several questions in there. Let's start with the last one first. I think there's some excellent material on the records that I was not a part of. And we're actually including some of those tracks in our live show now, because it's certainly a part of the history of the band. And anything that's part of the history of the band is important. As far as my reasons for departure, I don't necessarily care to discuss that.
All right. I understand.
At some point, I will talk about that and many other things in my book.
All right. That's understandable, David. Now, can you tell us about your stint in Genitorturers? How your experience in Genitorturers was like?
Well, obviously it's a completely different kind of music. But this is something that I was helping out Jen with her project. And it was something that, it's something very different. It kept me making music and doing music after my departure from Morbid Angel for the time that I was away. But quite frankly, I did a lot of work during that time. I did some soundtrack stuff for video games and some films as well. So I'm always creating something.
All right. So, would you say the industrial style of Genitorturers music opened you up a lot more to industrial metal and perhaps influenced some of the music on Illud Divinum Insanus?
No, two separate bands. Completely different.
Completely different. All right. Speaking about Pete Sandoval, this brings me to this question, if it isn't too intrusive. Can you tell us a bit more about Pete's departure from the band, because it was publicized that it was due to his Christian belief constricting with Morbid Angel's lyrical content?
Well, actually, no. His departure
all right.
And he told us that he was, really struggling. He was in a lot of pain.
Oh, all right, all right.
Because he needed to get his back surgery done. And we needed to, we had to carry on. So, he told us that he was, he didn't want to hold us back and keep us from doing what we needed to do. But that he simply was not able to continue. So, we, helped Timothy Young in band.
Oh, good. So, how is it for you guys to jam with Tim Young now? How is the new lineup with Tim Young doing with Morbid Angel, and what was the process like when you guys jammed for the first time?
Well, again, all of the musicians in this band are very good, and Tim is no exception. He's an excellent drummer. Different. He has a different style, a little different style, and different approach to playing the songs.
Right.
He did, but he's also a fan of the band, so he knows the songs, and although he owns them in his own way, which means he puts his own little touch on them.
Right.
He feels them great, and the band sounds great and feels great. That's the most important thing, I think, because the fans deserve the quality of musicianship that they've always got from Morbid Angel.
Yeah, great. That's good to know about Morbid Angel, and it looks like the band is going really strong right now. Do you envision Morbid Angel touring in India anytime soon? Are there any plans in the works that you can tell us about touring in India?
Well, there has been talk about that.
Okay.
And, obviously we've never been there before. My manager tells me that he is in discussions with some promoters in the area.
Okay.
And that certainly would be something that I'd be interested in. We always enjoy sharing our music with people, from all around the world. So there shouldn't be any reason why we can't come and visit with you and share some music and some good times with you as well.
That's really good to know, because believe it or not, you have a lot of Morbid Angel fans here in India waiting a lot for you guys to come over to our shows. Now, given the easy access through the internet, the huge access through the internet, have you heard any Indian heavy metal bands by any chance?
Well, I hear a lot of bands. I hear music. I don't study where does someone come from. Really doesn't matter. What matters to me is the music that I hear coming out of the speakers. So, to name a bunch of bands and where they're from, I'm not banking that. I just have ears like everyone else does. So when someone shares something with me, wherever it's from, whether it's from the States or Europe or Asia or South America, if it's something that I like, then I listen to it.
That's great. That's a really open attitude you have towards music. I think it really shows. I think it really shows your open-handedness and your love for music.